Всем привет, hello everyone, so let's conclude the league. So I think we're done here. I have played for quite a while. I think it was about 2 months or so, maybe less, a bit less. I had some breaks. So my previous character was a lightning strike slayer, and it was quite strong. I think it was about 4 or 5 mirrors in value in terms of equipment, and I think it was like 200k max hit, and it had like 200 million DPS or something, 300 million DPS. This current character is 3 billion DPS with Mercenary alive. It's 700k max hit, so it's incredibly more tanky. It has 27,000 energy shield, and my previous one had only 4,000 HP. So HP is much worse in the path of Exile games than energy shield. There is no reason to have HP character. I hope they change it. I hope they make HP more viable. So the problem is you can get like 1,200 energy shield on your body armor. You could get even more. I have an exclusive global defense mode here. With HP you cannot do this, so you get either defenses or you get HP, and HP rolls are much lower, so you can get only like 200 HP from your chest piece, and that's really nothing. Yes, and the problem with both HP stacking and with energy shield stacking is that you cannot reserve your life. So we have 1 life, and the downside of chaos inoculation is that we cannot reserve our life, and we also don't have access to this easy 30% multiplier which I had on my previous build. So let's summarize the league. What do I think about 3.26? The league was great. I think it's still the best ARPG experience. So there are a lot of downsides, I think, in this game still. I think it was one of the best league I had played. There are still King's March, there are still like 3 mirror shards from the ships and that thing. There's a combinator which actually works very well. This thing was quite useful, the 20 stash tab, so you set the pack for 20 maps and you play with it, and that's very good. Probably the biggest change in this patch was 16.5 maps. So these maps, they're basically like tier 17, just they're missing the Uber fragments, and they give just about as much loot as tier 17, but you can run them on any kind of layout you want. So I was running beach and dunes, I was not running any shit layouts. And this is a game changer, so this makes, because tier 17 maps had a very bad layout. I don't know why, but they just basically there are 5 maps, and every single map has a bad layout. Fortress or Ziggurat have like not so bad layouts, but still quite bad. And a lot of league content on these maps is just not viable because you run light and you get like 2 lanes. Or you run breach and there is no mobs to spawn because you cannot spawn maps breach in this kind of layout. And there were no divination cards drops as well, so I got a lot of money from divination cards because I scried the proper maps. That is as well. So let's summarize, guys. There are also there is Mercenary. So Mercenary is an incredibly strong damage multiplier. So do I think Mercenary should stay in the game? I probably think they should stay in the game. I also think they should be some kind of fine-tuned. Mercenary auras are incredibly strong, so this is basically doubles my DPS, and this is 100% mana reservation, which I'm offloading off my character. So normally I run those 2 auras on myself. I would probably prefer to run them on myself, because if Mercenary dies I lose a lot of damage. Yeah, but if you have these auras on Mercenary, this makes your life a lot easier. It's much easier to have your mana reservation set up properly. Yeah, so Mercenary is very strong. Then we have Doriani, which everybody runs, and this basically makes it so you don't need to have any negative resistance on your equipment. No curses for negative aura, because this one gives you a lot of negative. So it doesn't work all the time. It works only for nearby enemies with your Mercenary. So you have the button to summon your Mercenary. If you press it, it will walk around your area, and it will basically make enemies die immediately. So this is a 3 billion DPS thing. I will overread my Mercenary a bit later, so it's not it's not the time for it now. But I think Mercenary should stay. I think they should be a bit fine-tuned. I think finding a Mercenary or there is another problem in this game. So this game has a quantity bonus for more players. So group play is completely busted. It's busted. Okay, so and there is a problem with it. The problem is that it's accessible to those who are doing group play or to those who party up. So if you don't party, you have a problem. You have much less loot than everyone else. So people are looting like Mage Plus, Divines, and you get nothing because you're playing alone, you're playing solo. So this game doesn't reward solo play. What I have been doing, I have been running expensive maps and I would call random people just to stand in, and they would just normally die, but they would just give me quantity bonus. And what they would get millions of gold. So if you look at my gold, I have 110 million and my King's March 60 million more, so I have like almost 200 million gold and I would spend a lot. I have mappers running non-stop, I had all kinds of stuff going, I would trade a lot, and I still have 200 million gold. So gold is not a problem in this league. So and I think I would note a performance issue, so I was running Blight and performance being abysmal, there are crashes, freezes, your interface disappears basically if you don't kill the mobs fast enough. So I can kill mobs fast enough so I can do Blight even duo. So this build is very strong, guys. This is the strongest build I have played. I have mastered it, I have perfected it to the like absolute top. So yeah, I think the league was very good. I think there are a lot of things that can be improved. I still think this is the best RPG experience. It's how to say it, every single item feels impactful, and this is how it should be. So this build is how every build should be, because every single item you feel it synergizes with the build. It gives you both defenses and offenses. I know some people in GGG in other games, they don't like this. They don't like that there are things that scale in both defense and offense, but I think this is how it should be. This is the best thing, because you feel every single item is impactful. Every single item is giving me more DPS and more survivability, and that's pleasant because you feel impact. You feel impact from every single item. The problem is that not every build scales the same, and okay, so two main regrets I have in this league. So first, I didn't drop a mirror. As you can see, I have dropped a lot of currency. I have dropped like 2 Hinikoro locks. I have dropped 830 divines. But unfortunately, I haven't dropped a mirror. So I was unlucky. There should have been a mirror, like just won the probability on average. And the second reason is because the second thing I dislike is that I didn't level myself a second character. So you want to have a second character in this game. You want to have basically an hour bot. So instead of inviting random people who would steal my loot and like waste my time and do other stuff, it would be much more efficient for me to level up a second character, which would be an hour bot. So an hour bot would not be just useless. I would run it on the second client of the game, and it would have hour bot, and that would push all my resistances to 90%, which would make me like twice the max hit. So if my max hit now is like 600k, that would make my max hit over 1 million. It would make me a lot more tankier. And I would also get a like vitality hour and stuff like this. So I need a proper, of course, I would need a like 2 mirror investment in my hour bot. I would need to set up the hour effect. I still think I would do this if I play this game again. So if I either decide to play Path of Exile again, I would definitely make an hour bot. So I'll make 2 characters. I'll make one as a support character and one as the main character. That's the thing. So let's talk about my experiences. As I said, I already made the strongest character. It's incredible. It's one of the strongest in the league, probably. I mean, it's mind-blowingly powerful. It kills any Uber boss in like 1 frame or 2 frames or something, and it can do like billion HP blight mobs like in a breeze. And it's incredibly tanky, so I can AFK in most content in the game. Nothing will ever kill me.
It's very comfortable. So in this league, I have made a few things which I never did before. I run heist, and in heist I did loot 2 simplexes. 2. Okay, so I have looted 2 simplexes. I've been running heist for like 3 days of war. It was incredible success. And then I actually crafted the simplex myself. And in this league, for first time, I have crafted multiple mirror tier items. So I have crafted myself some. The only item I have mirrored is this one because it's bugged and it's triple implicit. So triple implicit crafting is a cancer bet. It's cancer. Okay, guys. So to craft triple implicit, you just need to spend 5 mirrors. It's 5 mirrors and probably 30, 40, 50 hours of crafting. So I think this system could be rewarded. I think it's not a great system, this synthesis. How it works, it's not accessible. It's mostly abused by mirror shops. So people who make these items, they can RMT a lot of money. And that's basically what happens. They're not playing the game for the fun, they're not playing the game for the content, they're playing the game to make real worth money, and that's what happens. So you have to pay mirror fee to get those items. But the thing is, every other item I have crafted myself, and they're mirror grade, so they are like 0.2% of the mirror. Okay, so instead of paying the fee, I have crafted the item myself, I have saved money, so it's been less than a mirror in most cases, quite significantly less than a mirror. And the item is incredibly strong. And the thing is, that's the only game and the only RPG where every item is like a journey. So you collect the currency, you farm the maps, and with this currency you can craft this item, you can get the expensive base, and then you do suffixes and you do prefixes, and there's 4 different crafting systems which like integrate together into one like whole machine, and you can basically craft any item you want like for your build, and this is very, very good. So I don't even have like regular items. I have elevated intelligence, hunter, shaper, leech circuit, double influence. I crafted it myself. I have yeah, I don't have any normal items in my build. So the cheapest item I have is simplex. It's cheap, but it's incredibly strong. Okay, guys. So let's go to the. Just to see my real DPS tooltip, 16.5 million, and I remove simplex, 4 million. So this item gives me 400% DPS. It's doing so because it gives damage per intelligence. I have 3000 intelligence, so this is some incredible multiplier. So this is the cheapest item, and yeah, it's 5 times my DPS, so that's good. I will show you how much it costs. That's only 0.7 mirror. So these 3 items are more expensive than this one. This probably a mirror, this is a mirror, and this is a mirror. So they probably could be like slightly below a mirror, but this is basically a mirror grade item. So this one is 2% block off the mirror grade. This is 5 intelligence of the mirror grade. And the thing is, I crafted the second helmet which should have 60 intelligence, but I have missed the dominance orb. So that was a nightmare craft. I actually spent a lot of money, but for some reason I have missed dominance orb like 4 times in a row. And I had 60 intelligence, I had 10% intelligence, so both of the stats I had perfect. I will have this helmet already crafted, but the game decided to miss me 4 dominance orbs in a row, which are like 50-50 chance. And the chest piece. The chest piece is done with the recombinator. You recomb for higher item level, you then recomb with global defenses. The base alone, this 30%, 29% base alone costs like hundreds of divines. So this is a mirror grade item, yeah, this one is incredible. And every single item, as I said, gives me a lot. So if I remove the chest piece, this is half of my energy shield, about, and okay, a huge amount of DPS. The last 2 things I did in the build are double corruption for the, if I find it now, yeah, I have Emperor Mastery with the shiny pink, and it's double corrupted fucking will be inflicted damage penetrate. So this one, And this one is about a mirror, so this one like 1000 divines. And mirror right now is like 1250 divines. And the second thing I have is Mage Blood double corrupted. This one is a mirror as well. So that's like two last thing I got. I have these gloves are double corrupted spell crit and level socket gems, so it's about 200 divines worth. I have actually I went to temple like 200 times, guys. I have bought 200 temples. I tried to get like frenzy charge and spell crit, or frenzy charge and cast speed, because I'm actually almost capped on my spell crit. I just need like an extra bit of DPS would be. I have my full stash tabs of these gloves, it's just incredible. Yeah, I have this adjustment once I didn't like drop off. Yeah. So it's very hard to get two mods you want. Basically, you usually get one mod which is good, or like none mods, 0 mods. And the thing is, for some reason, people who trade the double corrupted items, they pick shit base and they double corrupted. So when I pick the base for double corruption, I make sure that the rolls are maximum. As you see, energy shield is 28. I always pick the maximum energy shield, and when I buy it off trade, I usually pick the like upper 2-5% rolls for this one. So this is actually the worst item I have, 71. Every single other item I have had like 73 or 74 energy shield. Yeah, I don't know, for some reason people corrupt really bad bases. They don't even make sockets, they don't even like give quality, and yeah. You don't want to spend 100 divides buying such an item. It's a waste of like time and money. So let's make a quick count. This is a mirror, this is a mirror, this is a mirror. That's 3 mirrors. This is 4 mirrors. This one is 1.1 mirror because I had to pay a mirror fee. So we have 4, 5.1, and then we have this one which is 0.7. So that's 5.8, and this thing, this beauty is like, I think 4 or 5 mirrors. So let's see if there are any on the trade. Three mirrors. That's questionable. Yeah, so we have 5.8 mirrors, and we have this one which is like 200 divines. This costs nothing. This is free. So we have like 6 mirrors here, and this is like 4 mirrors. This ring is at least 4 mirrors. It could probably sell more than 4 mirrors, but I would say it's the minimum price, 4 mirrors. So we have like 10 mirrors in the equipment alone. The flasks are about free. And then we have gems. The gems are cheap. This one is 20 divines. I didn't buy enhanced level 5, which is 1.7 mirrors, which I should buy probably, but I'm not willing to spend that much for like a small upgrade. Enhanced level 5 will give me like 800 more energy shield, so it's not bad, but 2 mirrors is quite a bit for it. Yeah. And gambling 300 divines is also kind of questionable for me. Don't really want to do it. I think all other gems are quite cheap. This one is 40 divines. Yeah, so all other gems combined, probably about 100 divines or so. We have about 10 mirrors in the equipment. Don't forget the swap. Swap is free, but you should have the squire for it to level your gems. We have 3 gems leveling, and that's about it. So we have 10 mirrors in our equipment, but we also have jewels and cluster sockets. This one is cheap, probably 10 divines, 20 divines. This one is expensive. 150, it was about 200, it goes ups and down, so I don't want to corrupt it yet. There are small upside on corruption which I can get because I already have corrupted blood immunity. This one is 250 divines. I cannot search for some reason. This one is for sure like 250 divines. So we have 150, 250, 400 divines. And we have this one which is 1000 divines. 1400, and then we have Watcher Eye, which is probably around this one is about 100 divines, so like 80 divines, so 1500. And the next thing which is very expensive, all these are cheap, they are cost nothing. When I bought them they cost like 10 divines. Right now they are worth nothing. This cluster is like 60 divines, probably 50, this one same, and this one about the same. This one is fairly cheap, I think 20 divines, so 10 maybe. We have 1500 divines, but we have 4 clusters like this one. So these small clusters are very expensive. I sold some of them for 150 or 200, but I sold the worst version. So this version, let me show you. 1 mirror. Okay, and this one is even better. So nobody can craft this cluster. So this cluster is a pain in the ass to craft. It's very expensive to craft. I think I spent like 200 divines crafting one of those, which I was when I was unlucky, but you can get lucky and craft it like very fast. Either way, this cluster takes a lot of time to craft, and it's, I would say, normal cluster like this one could be like 200 divines, I would say. That's a steal. Probably the 4 stat is worthless. So if the 4 stat is not worthless like this one, so elemental resistance is worth something. If there was a chaos resistance, which you don't need because you have chaos manipulation, it would be like a waste stat, and then it would be cheaper. So this one is like 200 divines, this one is like 1000 divines, this one is like 250 divines, and this one's like let's say 500, 600 divines. So overall I have like 1500 divines here, I have about 1500 divines here. So that's 3000 divines, so about 3 mirrors in our jewels, and we have 10 mirrors in our equipment, so overall that's like 30 mirrors. So it's 12.5 mirrors, but we also have our Mercenary, and for the Mercenary you want Fallen Reverend. This is the best one. So there are 2 positive things about it. It's ranged, so unless it goes stupid and goes in the melee, it doesn't really die. And it raises minions, which basically can provide you some kind of a shielding. And it has 2 auras which are 50% effect, and they're both damaging auras, so they give a lot of DPS. Now this is easy to double your DPS, because Mercenary you want level 84, he has auras level 27 as the baseline. So you could get your mirror tier items to get plus level of auras, but you still not get level 27. So I would highly suggest getting this Mercenary. For the equipment, this one like 10 divines or 20 divines. They are easy to craft, basically 2 mod, Area of Effect and Aura Effect. We have Wrath and we have Zealotry. We have Doriani. Unfortunately I got the wrong corruption, so I tried to corrupt this like 10 times. I didn't get crit damage reduction, and you cannot buy it really. You want crit damage reduction here, it will make the Mercenary tankier. We have some armor resistance here, and also important we get implicit for Area of Effect. This to make your Mercenary auras and effects go wider. And we also got a nerf. So a nerf is another damage multiplier. Basically your Mercenary, when he hits with any spells, he will unnerve and hinder your enemies. Well, this is not useless. Yeah, and basically we stack some armor here for his tankiness. And very important, you want a String of Servitude to have a belt that gives you 60% aura effect. So this is a huge DPS multiplier. You want Wrath and Zeal 3 both. So that's the one I wanted. I did the temple like 200 times. I didn't see any like this one. So there was one on trade for like 5 mirrors. I'm not going to buy it, of course. But basically, ideally, you want double stat. So if you don't have money for this one, you could get yellow one with double corrupt, but it will give like 20% of each. So 60% one is better than 20% of each aura. This boots you just need to make your mercenary reflect immune. If there is a reflect, he will die instantly because he's doing damage. And these rings are like 250 divines or 300 divines. It's impossible to check, but I sold some of them, so I know. These rings are expensive. I crafted them myself. Basically, I crafted like 10 of those rings, and basically these are the best rolls you can get, pretty much. So yeah, lightning resist. And the thing is, you want your mercenary to have 2 rings. You don't want to use calendar touch. I have tried it many times. Calendar touch is bugged on your mercenary. It stops working after some maps, and you will have like 0 resistance or something like this. So minus 100. So you want to have 2 rings. That's the thing. And this is a Defiance of Destiny. You want to double corrupt it with Wrath and Zeal 3. Again, this is very difficult to do. I haven't seen any on the trade. And you just want to have 24%. The max roll on the unresolved life. This makes your mercenary a lot more tankier. When you do bossing, you remove this and you take Pirko Store for like 30% extra damage. Yes, so this mercenary is worth like 600 divines, and if I would get a better belt, better Defiance of Destiny, better Sandhall, it could easily go like 2 mirror worth. Yeah, so overall this character is like 13 mirrors. That's quite a big achievement for this game.